moving on to the last game of the week, Monday Night Football. Chiefs dominate the Ravens. At least that's what it felt like. At least the first half of the game, the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter got a little bit iffy, but Chiefs put them away. What were your thoughts from that game?
So, I mean, I guaranteed last week, a Chiefs victory. Mahomes, a lot of people this past week here, and the Chiefs haven't been playing that great this year. Mahomes is going to go off on that Chiefs defense, yada yada yada. But Mahomes just has that X factor. It's like the Madden superstar X factor, in that when the lights are the brightest, the moments are the biggest, he always comes through. I don't think there's ever really truly been a time where Mahomes hasn't come through when he needed to come through. A lot of times, it's happened a few times so far in his young career that his defense has failed him. But I think in almost every situation where he needed to come through, he always has. I mean, I've said it since 2018, that when it's all said and done, he'll be the best quarterback to ever play the game. When it comes to the talent, when it comes to the stats, when it comes to the rings. And he's just – I don't think we could ever – I do not want to hear ever that Lamar is a better quarterback than Mahomes. I don't ever want to hear it, because a quarterback is somebody that could throw. If you're a quote-unquote quarterback and you run better than you throw, you're not a quarterback. You're a running back that could throw it occasionally. But Mahomes is the true definition of a dual threat. I mean, first drive of the game, he got it done with his legs, a rushing touchdown, and he put up, I think, 380 yards through the air. That one passing touchdown to Tyreek Hill, I believe, was it in the second quarter? Second quarter, where he lobbed it. Just perfect coverage, Tyreek Hill coming down with it, jumping up. And some of the throws Mahomes was making were just absolutely insane. That passing touchdown to Mecole Hardman in the second quarter as well, where he backed up all the way to his own 40-yard line and just zipped it in there. Perfect spot. I mean, I don't even think Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers could do that right there. It's debatable. But Mahomes yesterday, I mean, it seems like a lot of people so far have been disrespecting him, really not, give him the credit. And he came out there yesterday and he, said to everyone, hey, we're still here. I mean, the KC put up 517 yards of total offense compared to Baltimore's 228. Time of possession, KC won. KC had 29 first downs. Baltimore had 16. I mean, this game, like, you're right. In the fourth quarter, it was 27-20, but it never felt close. Right out the gate, after those first two possessions by each team, it just felt like the Chiefs were absolutely dominating. And I was saying this earlier, that if you take away that fumble in the red zone by the Chiefs running back, I can't even remember his name. He was not even Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, something like that. When you take away that fumble in the red zone, when you take away the missed extra point, the missed field goal, and that kickoff return touchdown by the Ravens, this game could have easily been like 45-13 or something like that. It was not even close. And the rest of the league has to be thinking, this is not good, because Mahomes, 31 for 42, 385 yards and 4 touchdowns. If people weren't happy with Mahomes' performances so far this season, he's back and he's better than ever. And it's the Ravens, they had a reality check, because Lamar, 4 losses in the regular season in his whole career, and 3 out of those 4 to Mahomes. And this Chiefs team, to people saying that Baltimore, is either a Super Bowl favorite, AFC favorite, no, the Chiefs are still the favorite. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, no. So I did pick the Ravens in this one. I thought the defense was going to hold up pretty well. I think that Chiefs game last week against the Chargers was just kind of a fluke game. Like, they always play the Chargers tough. The Chargers always play them tough. There's always a close game. It's a division rival. It's just weird. But this is the Chiefs team that everyone's used to watching. This game, I felt like it was over at halftime. It was 27-10. Then the Ravens did get a little bit of momentum when they tied it up at the beginning of the fourth. They're down 7 beginning of the fourth quarter when it was 27-20, but they could not stop that Chiefs offense at all. That throw to Tyreek Hill, as you said, perfect. Throw to Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman on the double move. Patrick Mahomes about to get hit falling backwards throwing that, and he put it in a bucket right on the numbers. Like, doesn't, as you were saying, like, I think there are 2 other quarterbacks, like Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers potentially. Russell Wilson, there's not that many people in the world that can make that throw that he made. And this game, it looked close in the score column at one point, but it did not feel close at all. The Ravens couldn't get that running game going, and that's the detriment of them. That's what's always been Greg Roman's downfall is once they get down big, passing becomes a problem. And as did with Colin Kaepernick, if he couldn't use his legs, if he relied on the arm, it's hit or miss. And Lamar Jackson was missing a lot. I mean, he did have a Marquise Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews did have some key drops. I'm not gonna. That's not on Lamar, but not even to throw 100 yards on a KC defense that's not that great, and you have one of the best O lines in the league protecting you. They needed to do more than what they did.
Exactly, and it's Monday night. One of the most hyped games of the year. Lamar could finally put a lot of that talk of he's just chokes in the big moments. It's his chance to one up Mahomes, and he fell so flat. He fell very, very flat. And like you said, this Baltimore team, that they're really not built to fall behind early. It showed last year in the 2 losses they had in the regular season against the Chiefs and the Browns. They fell behind early, just weren't able to recover. Showed in the divisional round against the Titans. The Titans came out quick, and it just this Ravens team gets very shell shocked when they're not leading at halftime. They just get shook, and Casey really just put the foot on the gas, and they never looked back. They never looked back at all. I have one more takeaway from this game, but yeah, like we were saying, KC, they only scored 7 points in the second half. 7 points in the second half, and they still were control of it the whole time. Like, it was never a question. And it's just, I'm just so adamant about this, but if you still say after this game that Lamar is better than Mahomes, you just don't know football, and I don't think that's debatable. That's just not debatable at this point.
I don't know who was even debating that in the first place.
I know a few people
outside of Ravens fans. Outside of Ravens fans.
Other than that, no, I don't know anyone that says that Lamar is better. But I mean, Ravens fans, they gotta face the reality that Lamar is not on Mahomes' level, and he will never be on Mahomes' level, ever.